Today we're at Flushing Meadows Corona Park in Queens, New York. This park was once the home of two World's Fairs, including the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair. That means it's not only an important part of New York history, but an important part of Disney history as well. Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress is an attraction that has seen different names, different homes, different casts, and even a different theme song. Yet, despite all of its change and evolution over the years, the one thing that stayed the same since it premiered in this very spot in 1964 is its core theme, and that's progress.
Like Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, the Carousel of Progress was born out of an idea that came before the World's Fair. Back in the 1950s, Walt Disney wanted to develop an expansion to Main Street, USA and Disneyland called Edison Square. It would feature a show in which a mechanical man named Wilbur K chronicled the history of electricity in homes and speculated on its future. Ultimately, the idea was put aside as Disney felt the technology wasn't available yet to turn such an idea into a reality.
So when General Electric turned to Walt Disney for help in developing an attraction for their pavilion for the World's Fair, on their dime no less, he jumped at the opportunity to revisit the idea.
The area would be called Progress Land, and the attraction we know today as the Carousel of Progress would actually be known as the Carousel Theater of Progress. Instead of a show in which audiences would get up and move to the next stage after every scene, as was the plan with the Edison Square attraction, Disney developed a rotating theater in which the stages would remain in place while the seats in the theater rotated around them. Because of the show's writing, in which each scene was the same length, the theater was able to load and unload over 200 guests every 4 minutes. That, however, didn't prevent long lines, as the show ended up being one of the most popular attractions at the fair. It was not only a technical achievement that featured some of the first human audio animatronics, but it was also a nostalgic trip into the past for many guests who were able to relive their childhoods as the show focused on the progress electricity provided over the decades. The show features a catchy song written by Disney songwriters Richard and Robert Sherman called "It's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow." It encapsulated the show itself as well as what the fair was trying to promote overall: a better tomorrow.
The Carousel of Progress, like Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln and like It's a Small World, would eventually find a home in Disneyland in California. It would move once more, this time to Walt Disney World in Florida, and to quote the narrator who speaks when you first step in and take your seat, while the family has seen a number of changes over the year, the show still revolves around one theme, and that's progress.